Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for coming. A special big thanks to the media for coming and covering one of these great events here in District 3. This is a SPLOST project, $362,000. And one of the most important things is it's paid for by the penny tax, paid for by, most of it, by our visitors that come to Savannah. I think Alderwoman WILDER-BRYAN told me when I interviewed her a few times ago, she said this is important to make good use of the land that we do have because we're not getting any more land. Well, this is a FEMA lot where we had approval that we can put these structures on this FEMA lot because other major structures cannot be built on land like this in Savannah. The contractor is Johnson Lux, and the playground equipment was from Game Time. I want to mention, too, that this affects a lot of neighborhoods throughout the area because this is a pretty big project. LaRoche Park, Spring Hill, Daffin Heights, Willamere, and Shirley Park. Other areas that are neighborhoods that are represented throughout this park here. Our Mayor Van Johnson is with us behind me, along with our district Alderwoman Linda WILDER-BRYAN from this district. I also see from District 4, Nick Palumbo, and District 6, Curtis Purty. Thank you all for coming and joining us for this event. Our interim city manager, Heath Lloyd, you will hear from him today. Also, our interim chief infrastructure and development officer, Christy Lawrence, is with us. Special thanks to Gordon Denny and his crew from Greenscapes, Byron Stiles and his capital projects team. Byron was in charge of this project and has the most details. And I see thank you for Battalion Chief Gaskill from Savannah Fire Department representing us as well. So we'd like to start off with some opening statements from our Mayor Van Johnson, followed by this district, District 3, Alderwoman Linda WILDER-BRYAN.
Thank you and good morning to Alderwoman WILDER-BRYAN, Alderman Palumbo, Alderman Purty, Assistant City Manager, Interim City Manager Heath Lloyd, and to all of you that comprise Team Savannah. It's really a beautiful morning, and before it turns 300 degrees, we wanted to go ahead and get this done. But this is a beautiful, beautiful park, and we're glad to be out here in the Holly Heights area to mark the completion of yet another successful SPLOST project. This project is one of several across our city that has utilized what Ken said was available land to create recreational opportunities in our neighborhoods. As you all know, Alderwoman Linda WILDER-BRYAN is the hardest working woman in city government. She's everywhere doing everything, and she's been a tireless advocate for her constituents and for the completion of this project. It's important to note that this started under a different administration. It's one thing to start a project, it's something different to make sure it's finished. And so we are very, very glad and grateful to Alderwoman WILDER-BRYAN for making sure that this project was completed. And so we're all here to help celebrate with her as we do across our city. We know that we need more recreational opportunities to better the lives of everyone in our community, and certainly this park is no different. This is a full-size basketball court, and by adding this and the playground, young people and not so young people in this neighborhood will be able to enjoy fun and good times with their friends. And certainly parents and grandparents can also come and enjoy the park. Unfortunately, Mr. Ledbetter fell down on his responsibility because if he had a basketball out here, I was going to go ahead and serve Mr. Lloyd some game and embarrass him in front of everybody. But since, well, I mean, we can find the ball. Find the ball. We'll pause this until he finds the ball. But since he won't, again, we're just glad that this will be great times and great memories and great opportunities for recreation for our residents. And so thank you always to our voters throughout the county. We know the SPLOST works. That 1 penny, 40% of it comes from folks that don't even live here. And when we talk about the renewal of SPLOST and what the special purpose local option sales tax means, it means that these are the types of projects that happen from that. So again, we're just excited to be here, and on behalf of the City Council, we're excited for what this will mean for our community. And so with no further ado, I want to introduce, again, the hardest working woman in the city of Savannah. I wish I had some theme music, but I don't. Ladies and gentlemen, Alderwoman Linda WILDER-BRYAN.
Thank you, boss. Good morning. Good morning, Savannah. And good morning to everybody who didn't consider it robbery to be here. Part of our plight, and I'm not the hardest working, I'm on a team, my fellow people. What we do is because we believe in Savannah and we believe in the mayor's mantra that everybody's at the table. And in this community, not only will children be able to come and enjoy the fruits of their labor in their community, and throughout all the districts, SPLOST does work. I don't really have a lot to say other than we are committed to doing all that we can to make sure the quality of life in everybody's district, everybody's neighborhood, that it's enjoyable. And what better way to communicate with your neighbors when it's time and mask up to enjoy this beautiful park. Know your neighbors. It's important that you know your neighbors, but it's also very important that you know the people that serve you. And we are all committed to changing the quality of your life one day at a time. So I'm just happy to be here surrounded with a team of hardworking people who get what a community and neighborhoods means. And so thank you, City Manager, Mayor, Kirk, Nick. They're my buddies, and they're our partners. They're our partners. They're our community partners. And, you know, I don't ever have to have anything scripted because this stuff comes from our heart. And when you're doing the work and you got people who believe in you, this is what happens. So thank you for SPLOST. Thank you for everybody who comes to our city and gives us that money so that we can do amazing things for amazing people in our community. Thank you so much. I'm humbled by this. We're going to continue to do all the things that make a community and a neighborhood whole. Thank you.
Let me just exercise one moment of mayoral privilege, and it charges to my head and not my heart. The money comes from SPLOST, and if the money comes and if the council deals with it, it just stays on the table. There are people in Team Savannah who help make the magic happen. They translate the money into something that's very tangible. Many of these folks are standing here. Thank you all so much. Let's give them a big round of applause for their work. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. And I would have served the chief, but he showed up late. But, you know, Chief, me and you, basketball court. That's a 10.
Chief, you're the last one so far, but he's asked everyone that's come through the gate to try and play him in one-on-one. There's no takers yet. Chief Minters joined us. I forgot to mention Carol Ledbetter with Parks and Recs joined us as well. While Heath Lloyd is serving as our interim city manager, he's been the head of our infrastructure and development team for quite some time now, and he gets to take lots of calls from various neighborhoods, and he gets out to each and every neighborhood and he finds out what these neighborhoods need, and the infrastructure in this city needs to go through him, and this is just one of the examples of some of the work he's done in Savannah. Heath Lloyd.
Thank you, Ken. Good morning, everybody. It's certainly exciting for me to be here. Yeah, no, as Ken mentioned, you know, this is quite the culmination for me, right? So as the infrastructure and development chief, I have the opportunity to see these projects quite literally from beginning to end. And so in true Michael Brown form, I want to take a moment to talk about the past. We're going to talk about the past, right? Talk about the history, right? So I wouldn't be me if I didn't give Michael a hard time, but I am going to tell you that every place, you know, has a past, a present, and a future. And I think today, this is the culmination of a past and a present and a future, right? So in the past, when we first came out here, quite literally, what this was illegal dumping. These grounds had tires on them, they had trees on them, and I remember the moment that I look over to my capital projects team and go, wow, we got a lot of work to do. But what did it become? That's what we're here today to celebrate. You see a playground in the back, you see a basketball court that we're standing on, all on a FEMA lot. There's the potential there. But we're not done yet, not with City of Savannah, not with Linda WILDER-BRYAN, not with Mayor Van Johnson, not with the other members of City Council. We're not done yet. There is much more that's going to happen in this park because we believe that this park has a great future. That future is what I really want us to really think about as we look at the amenities today, to not get absorbed in what we see today, but to really think about the potential, because there is great potential in the 3rd District. There is great potential in this park. And as we embark on, you know, yet another ribbon cutting in the 3rd, let's think about that potential. And finally, I do want to take an opportunity to thank Alderman John Hall. His vision was taking action, getting results. I think you see a part of that here today. But I would be remiss if I didn't say Alderwoman WILDER-BRYAN took that taking action, getting results, and she added hope. That's her campaign. And that hope is what's going to really get us to the next phase. So again, I'm excited to be here. I think this is a wonderful opportunity. And look, I am super excited about what we'll see in the future. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, Heath. Before we cut the ribbon to the media here, Byron, can you raise your hand if anybody has specific details about the project? Byron Stiles was the Capital Projects Manager on this project. So that will conclude our celebration here. We will cut the ribbons, which will lower the net in the middle now.
Y'all are getting more and more creative with this.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Good.